world of colors. I'm Colors. Today we're going to be filming my 99th video. I'm really getting excited. On my next video, it will be my 100th video here on YouTube. So really excited for that to happen. And I am doing a really special video today. I'm real excited to bring to you that I've been getting some requests to do. So I did it, and here we have the Grinch. We're doing the Grinch today. He turned out really nice. This is what he looks like. See if you can see the back. And we'll be doing him today, and I'll be right back in a moment to give you a list of the materials. So what I used to make the Grinch is laying here on the table, and I'll tell you about it. You want to get yourself some of the rollers. I used 8-inch rollers, 2 8-inch rollers and a 7-inch roller. And then the Halloween Christmas tree. Well, it's looks like a Christmas tree, and they sold them at Halloween time at the Dollar Tree, and their tag said Halloween trees on them. So that's where this came from. The beard is a white 6.5 inch across by 5 inch down white beard. And then to paint the wooden nose, doorknob nose, which is 1.4 inch by 1.5 inch from Joann's. These came from Joann's, and I painted one already for the nose with the cactus color green from Testor's Craft Paints, and that's all painted and ready to go. And we used also ruby red for the platform and avocado green for the bottom of the Christmas tree. And then those are all Testor's Craft Paints by Rust-Oleum. Then on our felts and our fleeces, we need 2 2x9 pieces of white fleece for the hat trim, 2 8x10 pieces of green felt for the toy bag, and for the hat we'll use 2 9x10 pieces of red felt for the hat. For the belt we'll use 1.5 inch by 22 inch piece of black felt, or fleece, I'm sorry. And then we'll use a 9x9 piece of red felt for the sleeves. That would be two 9x9 pieces of red felt for the sleeves. And then a 12 inch by 20 inch piece of red felt for the jacket. And then 2 5x9 pieces of the green fur for his arms, and a 13 by 17 inch piece of the green fur for his body. We'll be using the polyester fiber fill, and these shapes that you get at Dollar Tree, we're going to be painting one of them in the red, the ruby red paint for the base. And we'll be using some garland from the Dollar Tree. Goes around his neck. And then some of these bells from the Dollar Tree. These little gifts, stickers, did not come from the Dollar Tree, and they were a gift to me, and I'm not sure where they came from, but I'm going to be using these in the project as well. It's something that you could probably substitute pretty easily. if you can't find them. Then I use this little teddy bear in it that I found while thrift shopping. I got the teddy bear. And then I just need one of these bows from Dollar Tree, one poinsettia from Dollar Tree, one gold star from the scattered foam pieces from Dollar Tree, and then I've got some miscellaneous little ornaments that will be hanging from his garland or from around his neck. So I just have miscellaneous ones here that you can collect and put around his garland on his neck. Then we're going to need the lights that go around his neck from the Dollar Tree, and they take AA batteries from the Dollar Tree. Then rubber bands and the little stocking. This little stocking is real important because it holds the remote for the lights, and it also acts as a stocking on the garland, so it's a nice thing to have to hold the remote. You'll need a little sled that I've got hanging off one of his arms, and that he's stolen, a little Christmas sled, and this is from Dollar Tree, some flat marbles, and a pom-pom for the top of his hat. And that should be all that we need. A little bit of jute. Don't want to leave that out. I'm going to use a little bit of jute in this project too. So that should be all we need. I'll get this stuff cleared away and we'll get started making the Grinch. Okay, we're going to start with the body, and we're going to take our 13 by 17 inch piece of green fur that I got on Amazon. And we're going to take that and just put the back of it, the sides together, the 13-inch sides together, like that. And then just run your glue I'm coming in about 1/4 of an inch. Like that. And then put those together as closely as you can. And I'm going to let that set up, and I'll be right back. So I've let that set up, and we're all ready to, we got to turn this inside out. And you take the end where the fur's hanging out real long. That would be the bottom. And you want to gather that together. And I know it's really thick. But just do the best you can at gathering that together. And then we'll put a rubber band around it. And I'm going to do that twice. And then we're going to take it and turn it right side out. We'll pull the fur back out a little bit. And that's what the bottom will look like. So we want to get some marbles and put some marbles in there. Almost. Like that. And then we want to put some polyester fiber fill in there. I'm going to fill this up to the top, and then I'm going to fasten it across just like I did the bottom. Fasten it across like that. Fasten it around with the rubber band, and I'll be right back with you. So what we're going to do is do the arms next, because we got this all ready. Got it all, the rubber band around the top of it. That's how it looks now. So, oh, I wanted to suggest that you use, I had a 14 by 17 piece body for, I would use a 14 by 17. It wouldn't be quite a tight fit at the stubs on both the bottom and the top. It wouldn't be quite its height if you used a 14 by 17 rather than a 13 by 17. So then, going on to the arms, we want to use our 5 by 9 pieces of the green fur. And we want to take and glue the 9-inch sides together like that. Got something on my glue gun. Just want to run a bead of glue about a 1/4 inch in. And then you want to try to match this up as good as you can, because you don't want the seam to show. Just like that. And we're going to set that up, and we'll be right back. So I've got this arm set up. So what we want to do now is put a little bit of polyester fiber fill in the end of it, the top of it. I'm working at the top of the sleeve, or the top of the arm. Put a little bit more in there. And then I want to try to get this 8-inch roller in there. It's almost there. We'll tie that up with a rubber band. This is the end that will be attaching to the body. I've got a little bit of the fiber fill coming out the end here. I'll put that back in. We're going to pull this fur apart to find where the roller came out on this end. Take some of this out. Well, the roller's right there. What we want to do is find the seam that we made when we glued it together, and we want to glue the hand in the opposite direction that the seam is going, crossed like that. So you're making a T like that. So we're going to put our glue right in. The seam is right here. And just close that up. We're making his hand right there. And I'm going to hold that for a few minutes. So I've got both the arms done, and I've got them bent where I'm going to be gluing the seam that you can't see anyway, but the seam will be going towards the body like that. And I'll be gluing, putting the glue on right here and gluing it to the back of the stub here on both sides. I'll do the first one. And just glue it right in the back there. Let that set up and do the same thing with the other one. And then I'll be right back with you. So we've got the arms glued on. This is how it looks now. And the next thing I wanted to do was to put the nose on. I've got that all painted with the cactus paint. And we want to go ahead and take it about an inch, inch and a half out from that stub. If you can tell where your stub is at this point. We're going to put it about there. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm working on the arms, and I have one arm attached. We decided instead of, actually on this one I didn't have anything on the ends of his sleeves, but I just got a delivery yesterday of this trim fur that I ordered, and decided to, halfway through this project, we decided to try some of this trim fur on the ends of his arms, and it looks really sharp, so we're going to go with the trim fur on the arms. This is, the trim fur is from Joann's, and it's called Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, Wright fur. It comes by the yard, 2 inches. It's 2 inches, and that's what we're going to use on the arms and the hat. We're going to use it on the hat as well. So this is the arm piece, the 9x9 arm piece. This is how we came about getting this like that. I'll show you. Take this, and we want to glue it about a 1/4 inch in. I just see a spot that might not glue. Okay. And put those together like that. I'll let that set up for a minute. So that's all set up like that. And what we want to do is turn it right side out. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the fur on. I'm going to turn this up a cuff. Maybe a 1/2 inch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue the fur on. We want the seam of the fur to match the seam of the sleeve. We'll start right at the seam. Just pull that up like that. And I'll let that set up. So I've got the arm slid right on there. The sleeve slid onto the arm. Turned out really good. And we'll just glue it right here at the top by the stub. And I'll let that set up and then we'll do the jacket. So I've got the arms glued on. They're looking pretty good. And what we want to do now is get the jacket part put on in the belt. So we want to take out the 12 by 20 inch piece of red felt. And we're going to go ahead and fold that in half. Fold it in half. And then fold it in half again. And then we're going to cut out about a $50 out of a little circle out of here. About like that. To make this piece that we're going to turn into a jacket. So I'm going to put it over like this, over his arms. and I'll be right back with you. So when we got the jacket on there, it's too long. It just depends on how much stuffing you have in the body and all that type of thing, what you're going to end up with. So sometimes you have to adjust it as you go. And in this case, this jacket piece here is too long. So I'm going to take it back off and cut off 1 inch. So I'll be right back with you. So we've got the inch trimmed off. That's much better. So the final size of the jacket ended up being 12 by 18 instead of 12 by 20. 12 by 18. So now you got it on like this, and you want to fold in at the shoulders. Fold that in. Like that. Fold that in like that. And then what we want to do is kind of pull it out here so you have enough felt. And use your pink clips. Get these straight lined up at the bottom. Use the pink clips to line this up so we can glue it in a couple spots. Trying to get the corners. We're going to glue the corners there, and then we're going to come up 1 inch or so and glue again and clip it. So it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing here. Let me see if I can turn them this way. Get some glue there in the corner and clip it, and then just move your way up a little bit. And put that together and clip it. And you want to do that to the other side. Like that. Hope you saw that good. I'm going to let that set up for a minute, and then we're going to put the belt on. So I took the clips off the sides, and then I'm working on the belt. And I took that 1.5 inch by 22 inch piece and put it around the belly area. And it is about 1 inch long. So we're going to cut it down a little bit. You can go ahead and glue that in place. show you where we are with it in the back. I'm going to go ahead and glue that in place. And then we'll put the buckle, the 2-inch buckle. Right on there. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead and get the beard put on. So if you take your 6.5 inch by 5 inch beard, 6.5 inches across and 5 inches down, and just fold it in half and cut a slit in it, which I've already done, about 1 inch. I'm going to just cut your slit in it like that, and then take the corners on the bottom and put a little V shape of glue on there and turn those up. It'll be shaped a little bit more like a beard, not so square if you do that. And then you just want to take it and pull it around the nose like that. And turn it in about that far. You want to glue it in to where the hat's going to cover all this area, so you don't want part of the beard out. We're going to do it about like that. And then I'll glue the other side and I'll be right back with you. This is where we are so far. It's looking pretty good. Got the beard all attached there, and the next thing we're going to do is the hat. So we want to take out our 2 9 by 10 pieces of red felt. Two 9 by 10 pieces. It's going to be 10 inches tall and 9 inches wide. So we want to take and divide it in half, fold it right in half, the 2 pieces. Stack them up and then fold them in half. And then mark your middle like that. This is a chalk writer pencil that I got from Dollar Tree, and you should probably grab a few next time you're there because they come in really handy for a lot of things. So you mark your middle there, and then you take your scissors and you just want to start at the corner of the bottom and cut your way up to the middle. Like that. And then do the same thing on the other side. like that, and then you got your hat. So we want to take and glue the sides. Go in 1/4 of an inch. You want to do this on both sides. Glue your hat together like this, both the seams. Like that. And glue it together like this. And go ahead and do your other side like the same way and let it set up, and I'll be right back with you. So we got the hat glued together like this, and it's cooled off. So we'll turn it inside out. Like that. And then take and cut these little pieces that come out at the seam. And the next thing we want to do is put the fur on. I had in the beginning of this video told you to cut two 2x9-inch pieces for the hat trim, but in the middle of the video we changed our mind and we're going to put fur on instead, so we don't need these pieces any longer. We're going to use this fur that matches with the arm fur. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this right in place here. Bring it right up to the edge like that. Like that. And like that. And then just pull off the extra, and then we'll just go ahead and glue this on. I'm going to let that set up, and while that's setting up, I'm going to flip it over and do the other side, and then I'll be back with you. So I've got the rest of the fur on here. Put that fur on the back. I went ahead and did a couple of simple things, and that's I put the pom-pom at the top so that could set up, and I put the poinsettia on right here on the bottom so that could set up. And now I've got some polyester fiber fill in the hat, and what you want to do is take your 7-inch roller and put that up inside the hat. Usually that'll just go in along the side towards the back like that, so you can bend your hat a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and glue it kind of to the back of the nose. Let's see here if you can see that. We're going to glue it kind of to the back of the nose like that. So we'll glue it on the shoulders and then go ahead and glue it underneath in the back there. So I'll be doing that and I'll be right back with you. So the next thing that we're going to do, we got the hat all glued on. I will say that I dropped a piece of glue right between the fur trim here on the back of the nose and the nose. I dropped a piece of glue right in there. Did it on the sides and dropped a piece on the back. So that's all glued, and then you just bend the roller a little bit and that's finished. So the next thing we want to do is the toy bag that's on the back of him. Looks like this. We're going to do that next, and we want to take out our two 8x10 pieces of green felt. We're going to glue these 3 sides and leave the top open. So you just want to hold that back and just glue all of the 3 sides. Let it set up. And I'll be right back with you. So I've got it all glued on the 3 sides and set up. So we can turn it right side out. Let's see if I can get the corner out a little bit better. There we go. Take it like that and go ahead and put some polyester fiber fill. And then you just want to gather it up at the top. You need it about 1.5 inches to hold the bottom of the Christmas tree in there. So we're going to tie that up. It's going to fan out and it's going to hold the bottom of the Christmas tree. So we'll just take it like this, turn it around, and we're going to glue it onto the back, kind of on an angle on the back like that, with the top being even with the trim of the hat on an angle. So get some glue on the back of this. Yep, here it comes. There it goes. And then put it on an angle right about there, and we'll let that set up. Okay, so I've got the toy bag glued on there, and the next thing we want to do is take the Halloween tree that looks like a Christmas tree and cut the bottom off. It's about probably 2 inches. I've got a wire cutter here. Get it on there. And you want to cut it like that. And then cut it again for the bottom, what's going to be glued onto the bottom, because we're not going to glue the whole tree. A little bit more than that. About like that. We'll glue this to the bottom. And so it looks like the tree, he just stole the tree and stuffed it in his bag and grabbed the garland off the tree and put it around his neck and stuffed the tree in his bag. And a couple of the presents you can see, and the rest of them are in the bag. So we're going to go ahead and glue this bottom of the tree to the top of the bag. We're going to hold that in place, and when that is set up, we will continue on. So I've got that glued on there, and the next thing you want to do is take the sled, the little sled you got from the Dollar Tree. It's very lightweight. Put that on there like that. That's something that he stole from under the tree. And then you want to take the little stickers that I told you about at the beginning of the video. And I'm not sure where they came from. But we're going to take the stickers and put them around the bottom of the tree. So it's kind of like he stole the tree and all the presents that were wrapped up underneath it. So you just want to put those on there like that. And I would glue these on. They won't stay very long if you don't glue them on. I'll go back and glue these on. Like that. Let's see, we got all that done. And I want to glue the top of the tree onto the bottom of the bag. I'm going to open this up a little bit more. I want to make sure you can see the tree there at the top so that you realize there's a tree stuffed in there. And then just go ahead and glue this to the middle of the bottom of the bag. And I'll be right back. So we got the Christmas tree in the bag. It's coming out the bottom with a star on it. The star is just a scatter foam star from the Dollar Tree, from little bags that you can buy with the different shapes in it. And then the tree's in there. I glued the little presents on at the bottom. Put the sled on there. So this is done for the moment. I'm going to turn it around now and take your garland. This is you get from Dollar Tree. It's all wrapped up like a little wreath. And we're going to put that right around like this. The idea is he just pulled that right off this Christmas tree that he has in this bag and put it around his neck because he was going to take everything that he could. Take that like that, and then we'll put the lights around there because the Christmas tree had lights like that, and then on the, make sure that's fitting good here, On the bottom of the, we're back to the front on this one. On the bottom of the trim here, I put a stocking that he stole also from that Christmas tree. And it's going to go right here. I'm going to attach this. If I can get some more glue. Attach this right here. I don't want the beard in there. Now the idea of putting the stocking right here is that we can use it to put the battery pack for the lights inside, so that we don't have to keep trying to find a place to hide that. They slip right inside that. And you can just turn them on and off without even taking them out of the stocking. I'm letting this set up. There we go. Now, it's what we want to do now is I got a string of bells that I had gotten last year. I want to put the string of bells pretty low, right about to here. I had gotten this string of bells last year and I only had one string of bells. So I had to split them between these two Grinches. And because there was no more yet at the Dollar Trees. But if you can, I would just put a whole string of bells around his neck. Let me get this glued on and I'll be right back. So we got the bells on, and now we want to put the little teddy bear that he got. And I've got to put the little Christmas bow on him first. Make him Christmassy. Like that. And then we're just going to set him like that. I'm going to put a little glue here. We're going to set him like that, and I also want to glue his arm right kind of behind the beard. So I'll be right back with you. So we went around and we put these little ornaments with some thin wire. We just put 4 little miscellaneous ornaments on there, on his garland. And then the last thing that we wanted to do was take the base that I get at Dollar Tree. This one I painted with the ruby red paint from Tester's Craft Paints. And then put the hole in the back. There's a hole in it where there was a string. Put that in the back, and then we just glue him right onto the base like that. Glue him right onto the base. If you do it this way, like I'm going to show you, where the hole is, and then glue it so that you can glue the tip of the star that's on the tree right into the hole, and hide the hole, and you also glue the star to the base. So if you glue it that way, right, put your glue right there. we're going to glue that right there. The stars right in the hole. That's how he turned out. I think he turned out pretty good. So if you like this video, make sure to like. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. And don't forget, the next video that I put out will be my 100th video. And that's pretty exciting for me. Thank you for watching.